Good morning, everybody. Good evening, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you for joining us. On behalf of Intercultural Programs at the University of Texas at Dallas, we welcome you to this virtual info session for the cohort of new international students joining us in fall 2024. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, 2 days ago, we have some technical circumstances, so we have to reschedule this session, and we really appreciate your patience, and we apologize for any inconvenience. But hey, all the technical pieces have been resolved, and we're ready to be able to offer this virtual info session in collaboration with Big Howdy. Before beginning the session, I would like to share some event logistics. And basically, you can hear us, but we cannot see you, we cannot hear you. The intention is for us to present a comprehensive presentation, specifically from Big Howdy, community partners here at UT Dallas. And at the end of the session, of this virtual info session, we'll open a session for questions and answers so that you will be able to interact with us and specifically with the officers of Big Howdy and certainly intercultural programs champions to be able to answer any questions that you may have relevant regarding this presentation. Once we finish the presentation, as is reflecting this slide, certainly you open to present those questions. So please take note during the whole presentation for any relevant aspect piece that you would like to clarify or you would like to question. The event is recorded and will be published within the next 48 business hours in our YouTube channel. So that YouTube channel is reflected in the webpage of Intercultural Programs, the corresponding section regarding the international student orientation. Okay, my name is Rodolfo Hernandez, Intercultural Programs, and I would like to provide my welcome remarks, beginning with a great gratitude, a deep thank you to Darren Clements, who is going to be presenting on behalf of Big Howdy. He will explain what is Big Howdy, but in general, it's an umbrella of community partners who are doing great, such amazing labor, support, a contribution to the UT Dallas community with such success. This partnership between intercultural programs and Big Howdy is really fundamental for the daily operation of intercultural programs to enhance programs and services specifically for you, for new international students, and in this case, to really ensure that we can smooth your transition from your home community to the UT Dallas community. We acknowledge that you have options, maybe in your own deliberation process to finalize your decision to come to UT Dallas. You have many other options like United Kingdom, Germany, Australia, but ultimately you decide to come to UT Dallas, and we really thank you for that. We don't want to take granted that decision. It implies a lot of commitment, efforts, and responsibility for you to join us, and we want to really be a great host for all of you. And by providing specifically this kind of virtual info session, again, providing you tools, resources to smooth the whole process, the whole transition from your home community to UT Dallas community. At the end of the presentation, the ICP colleagues will be taking note regarding relevant web pages, relevant hyperlinks. So to keep it simple and efficient for everybody, we'll be publishing these relevant webs and hyperlinks regarding this presentation. They will be published at the beginning of the question and answer session. So that means after the presentation of Big Howdy. So you don't have to really take note manually. We'll be providing the links appropriately at the end of the presentation, beginning of the Q&A. So with that in mind, thank you again for joining us. And I have the honor, the privilege to introduce Darren Clements on behalf of Big Howdy, who is leading the presentation. Thank you so much. Darren, welcome to UT Dallas.
Yes, thank you very much. It's great to be here. Let me introduce myself. My name is Darren Clements, as Rodolfo said. I've been at the UT Dallas campus for 10 years now. I came in fall 2014 and with an organization called International Students Incorporated. And we're on about 600 plus different campuses in the US and globally. globally. And so it's been a privilege to serve international students at UT Dallas for 10 years now. And so during that time, 2017, we started a collaborative effort, which we call the Big Howdy. If you don't know what howdy means, welcome to Texas. That's the slang for hello. How are you? Howdy. So we decided to use that Big Howdy as a welcome for all international students at UT Dallas. So yeah, I'm grateful to be here in partnership with the ICP. It's a phenomenal team there at UT Dallas. So you are in good hands when you come to UTD as an international student. So I've got some in my presentation. Before we get going into who we are, what we provide, and the services, we have a short little video clip that we'd like to share with you to kind of give you just a snapshot, a glimpse of what we do. So if you want to go to the next slide, I believe it's the next slide.
Welcome over 1,800 new international students that come from all over the world. Big Howdy is a group or organization that have prepared this wonderful welcome from the community in partnership with us. We are so happy to have that number of international students that thought about UT Dallas as a destiny to come and study either a bachelor, a master, or a PhD.
We also do a furniture giveaway program. Every fall, we collaborate with local churches, and we collect furniture over the course of a summer, and then we distribute that at this once-a-year event. And then it goes on year-round as well. We also have grocery rides at least once a month, sometimes twice a month. Not only do we utilize the collaborative efforts of the organizations, student organizations on campus, but you need volunteers. And to do that, we reach out to churches in the area that are interested in international students. I would say probably over 1,000 volunteers between our friendship partner programs, airport pickups, home groups, to really reach the vision that we have to help every international student at UT Dallas. All right, so there you got a little glimpse, a little taste of Big Howdy. Yeah, who we are, it's as I've already shared, it's a collaborative effort with different organizations, student organizations from the Indian Student Association to the Chinese Association, Iranian Association, especially some of the top student populations that we have on campus. We try to partner with these organizations to help welcome international students. And so we also have what we call, what the campus calls us community partners. We're not staff, faculty of UTD, we're kind of off-campus advisors and partners. And I love that, community partners, because that's what we try to do. We try to give you, plug you into a community of people to create just an atmosphere, an environment where you don't get lost. And so as I shared, part of our vision is to help every international student, not to leave any, and not let one fall through the cracks. And so I know that's with so many international students, that's quite the task. But as you heard me say in the video, we have probably close to 1,000 volunteers that really are here to love on you, to help you in your transition to the United States, and specifically to Dallas, Texas. So that's what we do. We help meet the needs of international students at UT Dallas. I love that, home away from home. I hear that. In fact, the end of this last semester in one of our home groups, we just asked some of the graduating seniors to share what home groups meant. And I heard that phrase, home away from home, so many times from our graduating students that have been here 2, 3, 4 years. and then they go on. They don't really want to leave Dallas because of the community that they've found, this home away from home experience that they've experienced here in Dallas. And so that's who we are. And once again, we partner with the Intercultural Programming Department. You saw Leticia in the video, Leticia Zamaripa, and you've got our team here on the call. It's such a great collaborative effort. We could not do what we do without each other in our partnership. And so we're here to serve you. Anyway, we try to find, that's why we started in 2017. We tried to find out what are the gaps, what are the needs, felt needs of the students that arrive here. And so some of the services that you'll see that we get into came out of that, of just researching what are the felt needs of the students, what are the urgent needs of the students, and we want to serve you in that area. So that's what who we are. We'll go through some of the organizations that give a little bit more of their time to focus behind the scenes as we move on in the slides. So if you would just go to the next slide, that would be good. Yes, let's start with just the services. We'll work through these, but obviously when you first arrive, we have airport pickups. We have volunteers, buses even for, sometimes there's big groups of students that fly in on the same flight. So we'll provide passenger buses to help pick them up. You heard furniture giveaway is a need, tremendous need that we have because most students live off campus in apartments that are unfurnished. And so we developed a program for that. We've been doing that for many years. We provide English conversation classes to help with your English proficiency. Some of you don't need that, or you don't think you need that anyway, but we do provide that service for those who want to benefit and help their English. And we'll talk more about that. I got a little, we've kind of branched out a little bit in that area as well. And I'll talk more about English conversations in a bit. Friendship Partners is more of a one-on-one kind of you're adopted by an American family. So that's a great program. It's also a great network to get into. And then home groups is a bigger group of students and volunteers that meet off campus in homes for meals, sharing cultural differences from different countries and ethnicities. And so it's cool to celebrate different festivals together and learn from each other. And then I'll go through some of the main student orgs. So we can go to the next slide, please. All right, let's start with airport pickup. Since that's the first time you'll probably see an American when you first land in Dallas. We have two airports that you can fly into. If you're flying directly internationally, it'll be through DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. And then if you also fly in from somewhere else stateside, you go through immigration there, and then you'll more than likely, if it's Southwest, you can fly to Dallas Love Field. But most of the international students come through the Terminal D at the DFW International Terminal there. And so what I love about airport pickups is this is how the Big Howdy got started in 2017. I told you I came here 10 years ago. And the Indian Student Association, I saw in one of our Global Voice meetings, I saw this guy from India that he was organizing and asking for support from the UTD to help all these influx of Indian students that had, the student population from India just started increasing 2014, 2015 in UTD. And during the meeting, I was like, man, this guy is well organized. I wonder what organization, what staff he's with. Well, come to find out, he was a student that was an Indian student officer, Indian Student Association officer named Gaurav Shaker. And I could not believe that this guy was a student just volunteering his time to pick up so many Indian students. selflessly, just loving on students. And so I knew then that it was we wanted to help this guy. And so from 2014 till about 2016, we just come alongside Indian Student Association and other organizations, FACS with Chinese Association. We just came alongside and helped them. And then 2017, we saw some of the bigger needs. And so we just started collaborating with more organizations at UTD to be better, more effective and efficient in helping you guys in your transition. But it began with airport pickups, and so I love this program. Over the years, we usually pick up in the course of a year at least 1,000 students between the fall semester and spring semester. And so we'd have to mobilize lots of volunteers to do that. And if you know anything about Dallas, which you may not, but Dallas is very large. You can travel for 3 hours and still be in the Dallas DFW area. So and the public transportation is not the best. You can get an Uber, a taxi, but those are really hard and they're very expensive. And so, so it's very limited. Without a car, it's very limited outside of the campus. And so because of that, we feel like it's very important for you to experience hospitality immediately after getting off the plane, and welcome to Dallas. And so we mobilize lots of volunteers to do that. We're in the process right now. It's mid to late June right now. We're in the process of training more volunteers, kind of cross-cultural training, what to expect, how to go to the airport, what things to expect. And so we're in the process of training our volunteers to prepare to receive you when many of you will start coming in less than 1 month from today, actually. July 20th, students 30 days prior to school beginning August 19th, students can begin arriving. And so we are in 1 month from today, we are planning and prepared to start picking up students at the airport. COVID-19 protocol, that shouldn't, I don't think I took that off, but we're not there anymore. But if you have any questions about that, or if you want to know more, you can look at the UTDBigHowdy.com website. And actually, there's a request form on there. If you have not signed up and you would like to be picked up at the airport, please go to that website and click on airport pickups request form. And what that will do, if you are from India, the first page, it says you click on I'm from India, and we've partnered with the Indian Student Association, where that will hyperlink you to the ISA's form, and they will vet all the students that sign up for that. And once they sign up through that form, and they are released, then they're released to us to partner you with a volunteer to match you up to get picked up. And so it's a great program that we have. Yeah, that's one of the best ways, the first face you see. I hear that a lot from students, that their first friendship that they made for life came from their volunteer that picked them up at the airport. So it's a great program. All right, moving on to the next program. All right, furniture giveaway. Yeah, this one is, as you heard me say, the furniture program. Most of you will live off campus. On-campus housing is hard to get. It's very limited. And so the list is long, and sometimes it's a little bit more costly, but there are apartments nearby on the bus route. There's an 883 Comet Cruiser bus route that goes around through these apartments and picks you up. And so, but the problem is these apartments aren't furnished with furniture. And so the UTD ICP actually for years has provided a storage unit for us to keep year round, to provide and collect donations from our community partners, furniture year round. And so all of it is, we check the furniture, we clean the furniture if needed, but like desks, chairs, those are a necessity for you guys, for students. Beds are even sometimes provided. Usually though, beds, you'll find that most students will probably purchase those very affordable online. But we do have some donations that provide beds, but most of the donations that we get are tables, chairs, sofas, desks, and rolling desk chairs. And we do housewares as well, kitchenware. So we do provide those for you. So yes, if you, I get asked a lot about register. How do you register for this? There's actually no registration online at our website. Registration for the free furniture giveaway. The giveaway event only happens in the fall. This year it's going to be August 24th. The welcome party I'll talk about later is on the 17th. So that welcome party, if you attend that welcome party, you can actually register for the free furniture at the welcome party. And so um, that's really the only way we've decided to do that fairly and to make sure everybody can sign up. And we select about 100 to 150 students from that registration list. And that next Saturday after the party on the 24th, we have many other volunteers that come just to help provide furniture and deliver furniture to you in your apartments. And so it's all free. There's no cost to you. And money is not exchanged at all in this process. All the donations are free and all the disbursements are free. And so so yeah, there's furniture program, and you can talk. We can ask questions about that if you have any other questions. We have a Q&A at the end. So go on to the next slide, please. All right, English conversation classes. This is an opportunity to practice your English in a small group. We have our classes on Mondays and Thursdays. Right now, I think that says, let me see, I can't see the slide, but I believe it says Mondays and Thursdays. Right now, we definitely have the Monday class already reserved for you. The Thursday class may have some changes before the fall semester begins. Because what we found out is a lot of the students that are coming, the F1 students, many of them, some of them use this program, but many of them don't feel the need that they need their English improved. So if you want proficiency, you can come to the Monday class. We're in the process of finding out who some of the, we have a lot of F2 spouses and families that come as well as internationals, along with even I've met a postdoc from India yesterday that really didn't know anything about this. So we're really promoting this English conversation class. It's more of a conversational hour just to get to know you, but you can practice your English. You can learn American culture. We can learn about your culture and the festivals. It's just a way of developing more confidence in your English proficiency. And so improving grammar, pronunciation. We have teachers, ESL teachers actually that come and help. We had at one time, we even have some accent reduction teachers that can help you with your job interview. If you don't feel like your English is quite good enough, you can use that time to practice kind of a mock interview and what things would look like there. So it's a great way to improve your English, learn more about idioms and dialoguing with other native English speakers. And so, but the classes will definitely be on Monday, 12 to 1:30 p.m. beginning this fall. That room is in the SSB. I'm not sure of the room number yet, but it's in the Student Services Building. And so, and then be on the lookout. If you keep an eye on our website, you'll see that either the Thursday class will be there. It may be a Tuesday. We have not decided on the second class day yet for the fall. But you can check us out and please sign up. You see the registration there, the conversational English on this is an ICFUTD.com website. This program is not through the Big Howdy. This service is actually provided by International Christian Fellowship. It's an organization that I'm a part of, that I'm an advisor to. It's a great organization for English conversation classes, for friendship partners, and for home groups. So go to ICFUTD.com to see and experience what we have to offer there. And so, yeah, it's a great organization, but please check that out on that website. All right, the next slide is Friendship Partners, also on the ICF UTD.com page. You'll see Friendship Partners. Friendship Partners to me is one of my favorites because it connects you with an American family or friend from the very beginning of the semester. Um, for conversation, for friendship, you get together for coffee at least once a month, um, or share a meal together. But they touch base with you just to check on you, make sure everything is going okay. Like I said, it's kind of an adopted family for you in the States. And the reason I like this is because it's more one-on-one. Or even I've seen some friendship partners where one student will sign up, but then their roommates will also join, and they kind of adopt your whole apartment or whatever, your whole group, and that's okay too. Our partners, our friendship partner families love that, and so they just want to get to know you, your culture, and where you're from, and the food that you eat, but also introduce you to American culture as well. And so, yeah, it's obviously an opportunity to practice your English if you want. Meet a friend at least once a month, and you can sign up at ICFUTD.com as well. That's the ICFUTD.com. So one thing I always say, I always take the opportunity to share this with friendship partners. It's if you're with a large group of student population that comes here, say from India, there's large groups of Indians that come here to UTD. Sometimes it's easy for you to just hang out with your other Indians from, say, you're from Hyderabad or from North India. You find the same language and the common language, and it's easy to find that group for you possibly. And you just kind of find out who they are, and that's great. You can connect and go through your time at UTD, practicing your or taking part in your festivals and stuff. But what I encourage people to do, students to do, is sometimes it's a little bit uncomfortable, is to step out of that bubble and to reach out and to get off campus and to find more familiar with an American. What I've found out, the statistics will prove this, that 75% of all international students of the 1 million plus that come to the US to study never step foot in an American home. 75%. Can you imagine that? The reason why you're coming here, I think, one of the reasons is to experience American culture, corporate culture, to get a job. And many of you will stay on the campus in your own cells and own communities and never step foot into an American home. So I'm here to help change that statistic for you and encourage you to get out of your comfort zone, to step into this off campus into an American home for that reason. I found even friendship partners that they've been adopted by their family, but also they find later on it's a great network. It's a place to find a whole nother network off campus that you didn't know about to find jobs, or just internships or whatever that is. I've seen that happen before. I had even one family the guy was a CEO of a small tech company, but he didn't know anything about sponsoring a student until he adopted his friendship partner. He's like, oh, okay, I can sponsor you. And so a small little startup company sponsored this student. And so that wouldn't have happened if they wouldn't have stepped out of their comfort zone, this student, and joined friendship partners. So to me, it's one of the best that we have to offer because it gets you off the campus and plugged into an American home. And so just check out ICFUTD.com for more information about friendship partners, but it's a great one. All right, I think the next slide is home groups. Okay, they're all my favorite. Okay, I'm learning. These are all my favorite groups. I have a home group as well. We have about 14 different home groups, and this is also another program with ICFUTD.com. So once again, check that website out in addition to the Big Howdy website, and you'll see lots of programs. But home groups, this is, as you can see in the picture, these are bigger groups of American community partners, along with many international students. We have 14 right now. We have 14 different home groups that gather weekly or bi-weekly in an American home. Some of them just meet, a couple of them just meet monthly, but they get you off campus into an American home, and where you meet other volunteers, you meet other students from around the world, learn about their culture, learn about their festivals, you share a meal, build relationships. I want to share just a quick little story about home groups. I'm part of a home group called Mosaic. Mosaic is just a blend, right? A blend of different cultures, a beautiful blend of different cultures, languages, foods. And so we called ourselves Mosaic. We started in 2016. And 2018, we met a couple from North India that came here. They're students at UTD. They joined our home group, got involved, and man, they brought our home group to life. They shared about Indian festivals, Diwali, Holi, and just different cultural festivals. Man, we had dance parties, karaoke. It was fun. They made it more fun for our volunteers and for our students. And so just this past year, they're still in Dallas working, and they got married and they invited me to North India to their wedding. And so for the first time, I got to go to India and experience an Indian wedding. And this couple, now they're back and they're working. And so such a great experience that would have never happened if they didn't join my home group. And so I was so blessed to experience India, and especially if you've never been to an Indian wedding, it's awesome. And so just experience an Indian wedding, build relationships. You can also expand your network. That same couple that got married, they're still plugged in as volunteers to our Mosaic home group. They bring food, they share in that. And so it just continues. It's almost like a family. I know it's not so close like your own family, but a family away from your family is what home groups are. So once again, you can expand your network because we have many community partners that participate in these in the Dallas area. Some of these partners don't necessarily come to campus, but that's their time, their one time that they can meet and engage international students. And so they'll participate in that. And so you can register for that at icfutd.com/homegroups. All right, what's the next slide here? All right, we'll go through some of the main student organizations. Like I said, we could not do this without some heavily involved partnerships. One of them being the ICP, that UTD. We could not do this without them, but we could not do this also without some of the staff and volunteers at some of these student organizations. So we'll go through some of these and the services that they provide. The BSM is one of them, the Baptist Student Ministry. We have a couple of staff at BSM that are part of our Big Howdy team. Then we have Focus, Fellowship of Christian University Students. That's one of the larger, you'll see them on campus, one of the larger student organizations at UTD. They're very good about having small groups and getting students plugged into the small groups. And then we have ICF, as I mentioned, you heard that. That's an organization that I'm a part of, International Christian Fellowship. And we have many of our volunteers come through ICF and many of the programs that we offer international students. We also have InterVarsity, IB. Taylor Litt is our IB staff. She's also a big part of our Big Howdy team. This year, she's away right now, but she's coming off of leave on July 1st. Taylor is our airport pickup coordinator. And so she's got a vital role. She helps with the ISA and different student organizations to collaborate to welcome with the airport pickups. So IB is a big part of our Big Howdy team. RUFI, Reformed University Fellowship International, there's a couple, Induc and Haley are staff at RUF. And so these are just a few. These are the primary student organizations that help Big Howdy run, and the organization, the behind the scenes for the welcome party, all the logistics happen because of these student organizations. And so we couldn't do it without them. So let's just go through real quick each of these and some of the services that they provide in the next slide. I think we have BSM as the next slide. Baptist Student Ministry. You see every Tuesday in the Galaxy Room, which is in the Student Union. noon. If you want some free food every Tuesday for lunch at noon, you can get some free food. They provide that, the BSM. They bring, most of the time it's pizza, but sometimes it'll be different foods. They have lots of community partners and churches that come in, bring the food from off campus onto the campus and to serve you. So let me just pause right here and say there's free food available pretty much every day on the campus, either free food or free chai. And so it's readily available, so you don't have to spend lots of money on food at UTD. So that's free lunch every Tuesday, and most of the students that attend this free lunch are international students, and so it's a great opportunity to meet some community partners. You'll sit at a table, get to meet them, but also share a meal together and get to meet other students as well. And then every Wednesday afternoon, you have free chai, chat and chai, and so this is located in the JSOM near the Tradecraft coffee area. So just take a break. This is a good time because lots of students have classes just getting out at this time, so you can relax, have some chai, and then they also have what they call Milan every first and third Tuesday at 6 p.m. But you can go to their BSM website, bsm@utdallas.org, to find out more about BSM. Great organization. And then next you see, the next slide I believe is our ICF. This is my organization. So yeah, you've heard a lot of the programs that we offer, but we also have weekly culture and Bible discussions. We have, I don't know if it's on there, but we have chai time every Tuesday and Thursday in the JSOM as well. So you get BSM, you get chai on Wednesdays. ICF, you get chai usually on Tuesdays at 3:30 and Thursdays at 3 or 3:30. And so just come hang out in JSOM. You'll get lots of chai throughout the week. But we also have camping retreats every spring. We take a retreat to Sky Ranch. It's called Tejas, Tejas. That's Spanish for Texas. We have what we call a Tejas Spring Retreat. And that's usually the first weekend before your spring break. And so you're out, usually you're out that weekend. So you can join us for a Tejas retreat. Usually in the falls, we also take trips to NASA. Just a few hours from here is Houston and the Johnson Space Center, and you'll get to tour NASA. So please be on the lookout for dates as to when that will happen. This usually September, October. They will take trips to NASA as well. And we have a great connection, ICF connection down in Houston with even the Johnson Space Center and some of NASA's astronauts. And so the last several years, we've heard Bob Hines, one of the newest astronauts that just got back from the ISS space station. And so got to hear his story and his experience. So it's a great opportunity to get off campus and to learn more about Texas and NASA. So you can look at icfutd.org or .com for that. Either one of those, icfutd.com or .org. I think either one of those go to the same website. So you can also check us out on our Facebook page, Friends of ICF, Instagram. We have an Instagram handle, UT Dallas ICF. Check that out. And we also even have a YouTube channel, Howdy International Students. So please check those out for more information. That Howdy International Students is a good video to kind of help talk about some of the ways that you can transition smoothly to life in the U.S. So that's ICF. Moving on, we have IB. I believe that's what InterVarsity International. So they also have tea times every Wednesday, so you can check them out. They have an Instagram page. Every Friday at 6 p.m. they have the ICF has home groups. IB has what they call family group, dinner and Bible discussion every Friday. If you want to know more about the Bible, maybe you're curious about that, or curious about meeting others, they share a meal together off campus every Friday at 6 p.m. InterVarsity. So you can check them out and join their Instagram as well. They post lots on their social media account. But this is Taylor's group, Taylor Lit. You can ask her more about IB. Next one is RUF International, Induct, and Haley Tarbell are our two staff that are part of RUFI. A great organization for parties. They also take trips just like ICF and other organizations do. Friendships. It's just a great opportunity. They're very intentional about meeting new students. You see even in the picture, I think pumpkin carving is a big thing in the States during Halloween time in October. So come experience RUF, and I believe it's one more slide for RUF. If you go to the next slide, I believe it's dinner and discussion. Yeah, every Thursday they have a dinner and discussion. Similar to IB's Friday night group, this happens on Thursdays on campus at 7 p.m. Just a great way to, once again, free food. There's free food everywhere. And so joining that, and also with Bible discussions. I think they have more of a story time than actually like reading the Bible, but just an opportunity to learn more about kind of Christian culture, and which if you are from Texas, I know for many of you, you think America is all Christian. Well, that's not true. You know, I lived in China for 4 years, and they thought, oh, every American that comes to China is a Christian, and that's just not true. There's many different religions. It's very diverse in America. So, but there's also opportunities to learn more about the Western religion and Christian religion. But it's also, once again, it's a safe space to talk about your religion, whatever religion, or if you're not religious, just to talk about your culture. And so these are all just ways you can experience cross-cultural communication and dialogue. So, all right, next slide. All right, I think this is maybe the last slide here. Yeah. So, yeah, Big Howdy Welcome Party. This is one of the ways we want to welcome international students. We have airport pickups, we have furniture giveaway, but then we have this one event where you are all welcome to join. And free food, once again, free food, dances. We have a line dancer. Wayne is our cowboy line dance caller, and so you'll get to learn about some Texas two-step and line dancing from Texas. And so yeah, this coming fall, just mark your calendars. This is Saturday, August 17th at 7 p.m. It's going to be on campus in the multi-purpose field area, which is directly behind the tennis courts, which is kind of close to the bus stop, the 883 bus stop location, just south of that. If you just look south, there'll be signs pointing you to the welcome party on the 17th. So mark your calendars for that. Great opportunities. All these programs that I mentioned to you, home groups, English conversation classes, different organizations, they will all be present at the welcome party. They'll have a booth set up. They can sign you up. You can register for that. Once again, it's also the time you can register for the free furniture event that will happen on August 24th. And so it's a great atmosphere, lots of loud music and dances. And even last time, once we got done with the Texas dances, we played a few different cultural songs, and got I think we even had a Bollywood song, and we did some dances Indian style. And so it's just a great opportunity to get to know each other. We also have prize giveaways. You can register for that. And so it's a great fun. Registration for this is not online. We've always done just a walk-up registration, just to keep, once again, just keep it organized, keep it fair. Everyone can come in, and as you walk up, there's usually a QR you can scan and register for the party. But you can learn more. We'll post more information about the party at utdbighowdy.com. Yes, so Big Howdy's happy to be here, happy to serve you, happy to come along the ICP, partnering with you. And we're going to take some questions now from you, maybe even from our ICP team. If I've missed anything, please, now's your chance.
Okay, well, thank you, Darren. Well, hello everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce myself very quick. My name is Sana Hashim, Intercultural Programs Coordinator. So before we take your questions, I would like to thank our guest speaker, Darren, for today, for the information that you shared with us today. It was a very informative session. And of course, I would like to thank Rodolfo for the great introduction at the beginning, and also the rest of the ICP team behind the scene who actually facilitate today's session and the PowerPoint as well. So I guess now we are ready to go ahead and start taking the questions, but I also want to mention that all the important links that Darren talked about during the virtual session today actually posted by Carl on in the Q&A session. So feel free to visit all these links. Okay, so let's go ahead and take your questions. Do not be shy. Feel free to ask questions.
Maybe I just did a great job explaining everything.
You did an awesome job. Everything was explained in such details. We will be happy, of course, if you have any additional questions that you have, or probably like, for example, let's say in future, if you have any other questions comes up, feel free to reach out. Okay, so we do have one question. Are providing transfers from both airport DFW and Loving Airport?
Yes, yeah, we provide for both. Most of them come from DFW, but yes, we do also do pickups from Dallas Love Field as well.
Mhm.
Dallas Love is not an international terminal, so you will have to have arrived in the States and gone through immigration before coming to Dallas Love. That's why most of them go directly to the international hub and DFW.
Thank you. And we do have another question. Is Big Howdy accepting response now? Darren?
Accepting response for
So could you please clarify accepting response for what? Is it like for a
the only
program?
thing, yeah, the only thing that's open and live right now is the airport pickup request form, because students need to start the logistics of getting here and arriving. So we have the airport pickup form is open and live. So please sign up for that. The rest of the services, the furniture, the welcome party, those are all upon arrival registration. So yeah, we don't have necessarily a form for those. But for airport pickups, that is available. All the programming that on the ICF UTD.com is all open right now, so you can take part in that as well.
Thank you, Darren. And we do have another question for you. If interested in furniture donation, how to obtain guidance?
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that because I didn't talk about that. But if you'd like to donate furniture, there's also a donate form on our UTD Big Howdy. If you go under furniture giveaway, click on that link. There's donations or donate, I think, and you can click on that, fill out the form. I've actually been picking up donations every day this week from students. I have a truck and a trailer. I try to help pick up and provide the donations. So you can go to that form on the UTD Big Howdy website to fill that out if you'd like to donate.
Great, awesome. And we do have another question. When will I be informed about the airport pickup after completing the online form? Also, how do I know who is going to pick me up?
Okay, that's a great question. So um, depending on where you are from, if you're from India, the ISA will vet the forms. So you will hear from the ISA pretty immediately, and they will put you into a WhatsApp group. Many of you are familiar with WhatsApp. It's an app on your phone, communication app. And so they will put you into a WhatsApp form. And then once they are released to the Big Howdy team for volunteers, we will add our volunteers into that WhatsApp group. So you can communicate even before you board the plane. Usually we try to get communication like 4 days. If you can sign up, the sooner you can sign up, the better we can get you matched quickly and communicating before your flight time. So there was a couple questions there. I don't know if I answered both of them, but yeah, we try to put you into WhatsApp groups. And if you're not from India, if you're from China, from Iran, the Iranian Student Association actually they're also taking care of all their students from Iran to pick them up. They have their own volunteers. So within a couple of days of your flight, you should hear from either the student organization or from your volunteer that will pick you up.
Perfect. Thank you, Darren. All right. I can see there is one question already been answered. So we do have another question. What is the dressing code for the welcome party? So basically, this is going to be like a very casual, but please feel free to correct me, Darren.
Yeah, it's very casual and it's going to be very hot because it's outside. In Texas, it's very, very hot and during August. So probably if you wear shorts, t-shirt, it's fine. But I will let you know it will be very hot and humid. And so hopefully it won't be raining, but it will be very warm typically on August 17th. So just casual, whatever you feel free to wear.
Great. So we do have another question. Can you explain in details how by participating in all the mentioned programs and parties help us in networking and building our social interpersonal skills?
That's a
So,
big, broad question. Well, like I said, almost every one of the programs, those things are available because it gets you off the campus and plugged into maybe an American family or someone off campus. Every time, and I don't know about where you guys come from, but in America, even getting a job, sometimes it requires networking and referrals. And so those things are available to you once you get off campus. They're even more available. UTD does a great job of networking, but it's always helpful to find the outside networks as well. And I found this to be true. And so my son just graduated with a finance degree, and the job he just started this week was a referral. It was somebody that he knew, a friend of a friend. And so that's kind of how things work in the States. Not necessarily all the time, but it's very helpful. You want all the help you can get, especially in today's job market. It's very difficult. So good question.
great, awesome. And another question, the airport pickup form is not accepting responses right now. So basically registration gonna be available at least 4 to 5 days before arrival, and this is gonna be online. So correct me, Darren. So they're supposed to be registering 4 to 5 business days, right, before arrival?
Yeah, now the form should be live. Did they say that it's not open?
It's not accepting responses.
No, I turned it on last it was the 14th actually. So it should be live. I'll check that. I'll double check that and make sure that it's live after we get off here. But it should be live already. Usually mid-June we turn on the airport pickup form so you can start planning your trip and arrival.
Yeah, please feel free, the person who put that a question, please feel free to check the form again. If you have any issues, please feel free to reach out, and then from there we can solve the problem together.
Yeah, utdbighowdy.com, and then click on airport pickups, and the top is the request for pickup.
All right, any other questions? Let's see, am I missing anything? Seems not. Okay, well, probably that's not only the questions that gonna comes up right now. Once you have more questions, of course, feel free to reach out to Big Howdy or the ICP team, where we gotta connect you with the Big Howdy as well. Okay, let's see. Okay, I have a question about the course registration. Should we only select courses after attending the in-person orientation session and meeting with an advisor? So the enrollment period should be open, I think like 2 to 3 or 1 to 2 weeks prior the first day of classes. Please correct me, Rodolfo. And definitely feel free to sit with your advisor to select the courses. And if you're undergrad, you can do select courses with your advisor during the orientation.
Thank you, Savna. It is correct. But in principle, the registration for classes for fall 2024 is open. It's already open. And attendance to the international student orientation is not a condition for the registration of classes. In other words, new international students are welcome to register their classes for fall 2024. But SONA is providing a very, very helpful recommendation. Please consult your academic advisor to ensure that you are selecting the most appropriate set of classes for your first semester at UT Dallas. The first semester at UT Dallas is always one of the most challenging semesters because you are coming as a new member of the UT Dallas community. You are in the process of adapting and finding your own way here at UT Dallas. So we really recommend to take that in consideration to ensure that you have a healthy balance between your transition, your personal intellectual interest, and certainly your academic expectation for this first semester at UT Dallas. And this applies for graduate students. If we have international undergraduate students, please consult the corresponding team, which means that will be the freshman orientation team or the transfer orientation team to discuss your personal circumstances. In those cases, you will have to complete the corresponding online orientation, freshman orientation, or transfer orientation to be able to register classes for the fall semester. Thank you.
Thank you, Rodolfo. Okay, we got another great question. How can we reach to different people so that we can make contact? Well, this is a great question. Like all of you get to be like a really new student to campus and you would like to make some connections and contacts on campus. So we would highly encourage you to attend the event or join programs, clubs that we have here on campus. Even, for example, the very first event for you gonna be the Big Howdy that Darren talked about. And also the ICP office, we host a lot of events on campus throughout the semester and even other offices and departments. So I would highly encourage you to attend all these offices, all these events so you can network and develop your communication skills. All right, let's see. Okay, so we got another issue with the form. Another student said, this form is not accepting responses for me too. Okay, so probably, yeah, go ahead, Darren, sorry.
Yeah, so I'll check that once we get off here. I'll make sure that that is live and open. So
Awesome.
because we've already accepted responses. So I know it has been open because we're already working through it. So maybe they got a wrong link or something. I'll check on that and see.
Perfect. Thank you. And let's see. Okay, do have a question here. Google form on Big Howdy website is accept and response, but at the last step, we are required to fill out another form before clicking on submit button. That link is not working, accept and response.
Okay, so where are they from? It may be, I'll check with the Indian Student Association or the Iranian Association. Those two are the only other forms that should be before they submit. So maybe they have a problem. Maybe the Iranian, it may be from Iran.
All right, thank you.
When we get off,
Okay.
I'll make sure.
Mhm. Okay, and we do have one good question. Does Big Howdy help out with things like state IDs for students? So I don't think this is what the Big Howdy do. Please correct me, Darren. But this is one of the great collaboration that the ICP office is making with the Department Safety, which we can we'll be having like a session by having the Texas Department of Safety joining us to help you guys to get your driver license or your IDs, Texas ID. Okay, any other questions? Okay, one more time. I'll go ahead and check very quick if I missed any question. Okay, thank you, Rodolfo, for answering the questions that I can see that.
So now while you're doing that, I would like to take the opportunity to highlight the set of tools and presentations that we have for new international students. You mentioned about the Texas Department of Safety regarding the Texas ID driver's license is one of the presentations that is customized for new international students. The officers of this Texas Department of Safety will come to the campus and to have direct conversation with all of you. So please consult the website or intercultural programs regarding the section for international student orientation and the specific space that we have for dates and activities for customized presentations and tours for new international students. In addition to learn how to get a Texas driver license or Texas ID, the McDermott Library will be hosting a tour for all of you. As well, the Office of Information Technology will be providing a presentation to share resources and guidance and recommendations, best practices to enhance your the support, the technical support that you may obtain from this office for your academic success. Also, in collaboration with a University of Recreation, they will be hosting a tour in the Activity Center. So, and we have two different sets of times and places for you to participate in these presentations and tours. Please consult the website, Intercultural Programs, International Student Orientation. Thank you.
Thank you, Rodolfo. All right, we have two other students. We have like the same other issues, but again, Darren will go ahead and double check the link, the form link with the team. And please, again, go ahead and try to have access to the form again, probably like within like 24 hours. And then feel free to reach out to the ICP or so we can connect you, or the Big Howdy team. And also feel free to visit utdbighowdy.com, and then from there where you can go to the airport pickup, and then you can request or submit the form to request the airport pickup. Okay, any other questions? All right. I guess that's all questions we've got for today. Okay, so again, a big thank you to Darren for joining us today, and we do appreciate your time and effort. And again, thank you all for joining today's session. Again, I would highly encourage you to visit utdbighowdy.com webpage to learn more about the programs, about the organizations or resources, what they are offering across campus. And also, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out anytime. And again, just to remind you that all these virtual info sessions are recorded, so please feel free to visit the ICP channel on YouTube, and feel free to watch all these sessions again at your, like at any time you like. And of course, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to us. And finally, I would like to remind you about our next virtual session, which will be held on June 26th, which is same time as today. And we will be discussing the topic, how the Office of Graduate Education can work for you. So again, thank you all for joining us, and thank you, Darren, for the great information that you shared with us. All right. Well, yeah, of course. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.